When I was 10, my world turned upside down. My mom passed away, and it was just me and my dad after that. He did his best to raise me alone, and despite everything, I never felt unloved. He was my rock, my biggest supporter, and my safe place. For years, it was just the two of us, and I never imagined that would change. Then, when I was 16, my dad remarried. Her name was Valerie. She had 2 kids from a previous marriage, Emily, who was a year older than me, and Lucas, who was a year younger. At first, I tried to be optimistic. My dad was happy, and I wanted to believe that this could be a good thing. Valerie was polite, overly so, like she was trying too hard to make a good impression. But it didn't take long for the cracks to start showing. At first, it was subtle. Little things that I could almost convince myself were accidental. If we went out for ice cream, they'd get their orders first, and I'd be an afterthought. If Valerie picked up takeout, there'd be meals for Emily and Lucas, but mine would be missing. The real shift happened when we moved into a new house together. It had 4 bedrooms, one for my dad and Valerie, one for Emily, one for Lucas, and one tiny room at the end of the hall. That was mine. Emily's room had a balcony. Lucas had a built-in study area. Mine barely fit a bed and a dresser. I tried to talk to my dad about it, but he brushed it off. It's just an adjustment period, he'd say. Give it time. But time only made things worse. Valerie started planning family nights, always on days when I had extracurriculars. They'd go out to dinner or the movies without me, and when I asked why, Valerie would act surprised. "Oh, we didn't think you'd be interested," she'd say with a fake smile. Emily and Lucas started forming their own inside jokes, laughing about things that happened while they were out with their mom. I was never part of the conversation. Then came the bigger things. Emily and Lucas got new clothes every season. I got hand-me-downs or nothing at all. They got extra allowances for good behavior. I got nothing because, apparently, I didn't contribute enough. Valerie imposed strict rules on me: curfews, chores, no friends over. Emily and Lucas, they did whatever they wanted. If I pointed it out, Valerie would sigh and say, "Lydia, stop being so dramatic." My best friend Natalie was the first to call it out for what it was. "They're pushing you out," she told me. "They want you to feel like you don't belong." And she was right. It was too deliberate to be anything else. One of the worst moments happened on my dad's birthday. I spent the entire evening baking his favorite cake from scratch. I decorated it carefully, making sure it was perfect. When it was finally time to bring it out, I went to wash my hands, and by the time I came back, Valerie was already in the kitchen, taking the cake to the table. She smiled at everyone and told them how much effort it took, how she had spent all day making it. I stared at her, stunned. She didn't even hesitate. I looked at my dad, waiting for him to say something, but he just smiled and thanked her. Then came Christmas. I don't know why, but a small part of me thought maybe, just maybe, it would be different. But when we opened gifts, the difference was glaring. Emily got expensive makeup, designer sneakers, a brand new phone. Lucas got video games, high-end headphones, new clothes. I got a generic sweater, a candle, and a book I had never mentioned wanting. My dad shifted uncomfortably, looking at my gifts and then at theirs, like he was finally starting to see what was happening. But he still didn't say anything. The final straw came a few weeks later. They planned a trip to a theme park. I overheard them talking about it, and I was actually excited. It had been so long since we'd done something as a family. But when the day arrived, I came downstairs, dressed and ready to go, only to find an empty house. They had already left. I called my dad, thinking maybe it was a mistake, that they had just left early and I could still meet them there. His phone went straight to voicemail. Hours later, they came home laughing, carrying souvenir bags, and talking about how much fun they had. No one even acknowledged that I had been left behind.